Hey there, friends. It's Elizabeth here from the Everyday Storyteller, and I am back with week 18 in my Project Life album. So it has been a good long while since I did a Project Life spread. I think I got stuck somewhere at the beginning of February, and I kind of decided to switch to other projects, and I just never went back to Project Life. But I decided that since it is my album and I can decide where I start or stop, I was going to start again where I was feeling inspired to document, which was in May. So this is week 18, the first week of May. As you can see, I'm cutting out all of my photos. I am working in a 6x12 album for this year. So I have quite a few photos. So I only have room for, I think it's 2 journaling cards, and you're going to see that right here. Yes. All right. So as you can see, I have printed journaling right there, but I'm actually going to reprint my journaling on the actual cards that came in the kit. So this is from the May Stories by the Month kit by Ali Edwards, and I use the digital version to kind of mock up my journaling. You definitely can do this if you don't have the digitals. It just takes a little bit more measuring and finessing to get everything aligned correctly, but it's definitely still doable. I prefer using the digital versions just because I already have them and because it does make the process a little bit simpler. So I just went ahead and ran that through my printer again. So I printed my journaling onto the actual physical journal cards, and my journaling is done. If you'd like to see a better tutorial on that, definitely let me know in the comments and I will try to share one with you guys. But right now, let's head back to my spread. I'm adding my photos on here, and I am also going to start embellishing. So this is a really simple spread. All I'm going to do is add one of the acetate labels to that top left photo. These acetate labels are also from the May Stories by the Month kit by Ali Edwards. And I am going to use that as my title card. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp out my dates with some black StazOn ink and just my regular date stamp. When I am stamping on pretty much anything, StazOn is usually my go-to. I definitely prefer that solid black ink, and StazOn will literally stay on anything you stamp it on. So that is definitely a win in my book and definitely one of my crafting staples. I do add a staple to that heart that I add in the middle of my two dates, but I end up taking it apart so that I can back my label onto some white cardstock. I found that when I kind of put it onto my photo, it blended a little bit more than I wanted, and adding a white background to that label definitely makes everything pop. And I'm going to add my tiny attacher staple back onto my heart so that it attaches the acetate to my white cardstock. And once I'm finished cutting that out, I'm just going to adhere the entire thing onto, I think it's the outside of the page protector for this particular spread. I've been used to adding embellishments to the outside of page protectors in my London travel album, and that was my first instinct to do with this one. Either way, you could attach it straight to the photo or to the outside of the page protector, doesn't really matter, but for this particular spread, I chose outside of the page protector, and it looks really good. So once my date is adhered and all of my photos are in page protectors, I'm going to start embellishing. So I actually went through the Stories by the Month stash that I have and found some chipboard to add around my spread. I'm also going to bring back those puffy hearts and adhere them to the photo using my tiny attacher just to give myself that little triangle of 3 hearts to kind of keep your eye looking across the spread. One thing that I like to do if I'm not sure about a specific embellishment is to cut it out from the backing so that I can kind of play around with the placement before I actually start adhering something down, which works really well since these hearts do have adhesive on there. So I just went ahead and kind of figured out my placement. I am going to add a tiny attacher to that heart just for fun's sake because I use the tiny attacher for the one on my title card. I'm also going to add this documenting today chipboard, and I do end up adding a very small gray heart to the top of that. So I think that looks really fun, and it was a great way to kind of make this layout a little bit more cohesive. And with that, week 18 is complete. Thank you so much for following along with this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.